this meeting started. We'll go ahead and call it to order. We're going to start with the opening session prayer by Rick Dodson, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance with Harold Miller.
Let us pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this great day you give us, Father. We thank you for watching over, keeping us safe, and protecting us during this time, Father. Lord, I just pray tonight for my friend James Robbins, Father. I just ask you to guide the surgeons tomorrow as they operate on him, Father, and everything would go great, Father. The cancer would be all gone, and he wouldn't have to take no treatments, Father. That's what we're believing for and standing on tonight. Lord, I just ask you to be with us during this meeting. Father, everything we do would be pleasing to you first and foremost, and we do what's right for the children and our teachers and our parents of the kids of Overton County. Father, we just ask you to forgive us when we have failed you. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next thing is approval of the minutes from the January 8th, 2019 meeting. Do I have a motion? Motion by Rick Dodson, seconded by Diane Sadler. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Additions or deletions to a proposed agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I have an addition. I need to consider approval of the report on debt obligation. Now, this is for Johnson Control, and I'll talk about it when we get down to approving it.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor of adding that, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
There's another trail that needs to be added to this. It's to the National Corvette Museum on February 27th. We can add that. We appreciate that.
okay, do I have a motion to add that? Motion by Howard Miller, seconded by Mike Sullivan. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, any more additions or deletions? Okay, we'll move on to approval of the February 12th, 2019 meeting agenda. Do I have a motion? Motion by Jarman Hicks, seconded by Mike Sullivan. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, there are no executive action items this week. We'll move right into the consent agenda items. First one being the quarterly reports. Do you all want to take these and I just read them all off and we do it in one motion and 1 second? Okay, first one will be the quarterly reports, which those were put in your packet. Then we have a letter of resignation for Holly Whitaker. And then we have the trips, the date change for the Livingston Academy FFA to Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky, 2/15/19 to 2/14/19. Livingston Academy Outdoor Club overnight trip to Townsend, Kentucky, 3/7/19 to 3/8/19. Livingston Academy Interact Club to Interact Conference in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, 3/1 to 3/3/2019. Livingston Academy Band to Regional Concert Festival at Lebanon High School, 3/5/2019, and then the trip to the National Corvette Museum, February 27th. All in favor, please have a motion. Motion by Ricky Dodson, seconded by Mike Hayes. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we'll move right into the new business. First thing we have is approved second reading of the following policy, 4.602, class rankings. Diane Sadler's head of that, Dr. Diane Sadler's head of the policy committee, so I'll let her explain that to us.
Well, I don't know how much I can explain the table to you, and we've had this before, but there's one change in this. Underneath the middle column where it says honors, this was approved by Tennessee school boards, and then we did the policy change, they did it to high school, so it's all in line with what it's supposed to be. They took out one word out of the middle column that we had approved before.
Okay. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve that? Dr. Diane Sadler, do I have a second? Jarman Hicks. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, next thing, approve 2018-2019 general purpose school budget amendment number 2. Those came in your policy. Do I have a motion to approve that? Motion by Jarman Hicks, seconded by Diane Sadler. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, and then approval of the 2019-2020 school calendar. Do I have a motion for that approval? Ricky Dodson, seconded by Mike Sullivan. Any discussion?
Nothing about changing it. Only thing that the fall break falls the 14th through the 18th, and that's payday. Is there any way we can pay them before vacation? Because that's gonna fall again during the break, and they won't get a paycheck before then.
I don't think there's anything legally that says that we can't do that. Do you know of anything? Heather, do you know of anything that says we can't do that?
We should be able to do that. We have enough time from between now and then, because we get out on the 11th. So we can do payday on the 11th.
Okay. I know they, I
Don't
don't
let us
blame them.
forget, don't let us forget.
I won't, you'll never have me. But I just wanna get paid, and then have no money going, no trips or nothing, you know?
Okay, any more discussion on that? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, we'll move to number 4, approve report on debt obligation for Johnson Controls. Do I have a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mike Hayes, seconded by Mike Gilpatrick. Any discussion?
Yeah, so I'll explain this real quick. So obviously Johnson Control, their energy saving program, we've already approved it. We've got all the funding and everything, but this is just what the state wanted. They wanted it on their state form to basically say it's the 1% loan. It's just basically an itemization to show what our payments are gonna be in a payment schedule, starting in year 2019 to 2030, so that's 12 years at 1%. So if you'll look at the second page, it basically shows the maturity date and interest rate at 1%. So we just have to approve this as a board. That way the state can give us their money and, or go through the county and they can go pay Johnson Control, so.
Okay.
And we may get lucky and not have to pay it this year or start next year, so.
That'd be better.
We have any more discussion on that? Okay, all in favor? Okay, we'll have to have a roll call on that because we're spending money.
Dr. Diane Sadler,
Yes.
Dolphus Dow.
Yes.
Mike Sullivan,
Yes.
Howard Miller,
Yes.
Mike Gilpatrick,
Yes.
Ricky Dodson.
Yes.
Jarman Hicks,
Yes.
William Abston,
Yes.
Larry Looper.
Yes.
And Mike Hayes.
Yes.
10-4, opposed, motion passes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and move to the director's report.
Okay. Granted leave of absence for the following: Billy Rooker effective 10/2/2018, Susanna Owens effective 12/10/2018 through 2/4/2019, Tricia Gore effective 1/3/19 through 4/1/19, and Doris Cooper effective 1/3/19 through 4/10/19. Hired Stephen Barlow effective 12/3/19 as bus driver recommended by Ben Oakley, transportation supervisor. And then I'll let you look through the fundraising report.
Okay, and then next on the agenda is the OCEA recognition.
Good evening. As far as local, I can tell you and report that the lighting has been updated in several of the buildings already, the high school and LMS, and they're working at AH right now, and I'm hearing really good things from the teachers. They're just really pleased, and it's made a world of difference in the way the hallway looks. At AH especially, They were halfway, they'd done one side of the building and not the other, so you could stand in the middle and look and see bright on this side, and it looked foggy on that side. So it's looking really, really great, and I've been there when the gentlemen arrived in the evening. They're great to work with. I just have the greatest praise. That's such a good thing, and I just thought I'd let you know. On the state level, I can report that the first bill for vouchers was introduced in committees and quickly voted down. So that's a victory for public schools. We hope we keep seeing those victories come our way. We're all fighting together to protect our public schools, and I hope we can do that. And if you don't mind, I'd also like to step aside from OCA and brag a little bit at A.H. Roberts while I'm standing, if that's okay with you.
That's fine, I was gonna recognize you for that next.
Okay. A.H. Roberts has created a Special Olympics team this year. And Miss Angela Sullivan's here. I'm going to let her tell y'all a little bit, but we've had great results with the youngest team that's been at Tennessee Tech to compete. And I'll let you brag, Angela. I'm not going to steal your spotlight.
I have a group of kids that range from first grade all the way up to fourth grade. I'm sorry.
Why don't you step to the middle so they can hear you?
I have a group of kids range from first grade all the way up to fourth grade. And I made some pictures for you guys to pass through if y'all want to look. I think this is the first team we've ever had a Special Olympics team in elementary level this year, and so we're really excited about that. And the response from parents has been phenomenal. We went to compete at Tennessee Tech this year in basketball back in January, and our team was the only elementary school team there. And you'll see a picture. We had to compete against a middle school team, and we won. One of my students had a buzzer beater, and it was 4-4, and they got a buzzer beater, and our ball like right when the bell or the buzzer went off. It was like something you'd seen on a Hallmark movie. It was amazing. But and then one of my students went running to her daddy, and they were all crying, and it was just something that was so precious. And I would love to have your board support to grow this program. Hopefully, eventually, we're trying to come up with ideas for fundraising. That way, maybe we can compete against other people in the state of Tennessee in Nashville. But it's such a great outreach. I don't know if any of you guys were at the LA ball game. Was you there?
It was great.
Was it not amazing?
It was awesome, what it was.
Yeah, we had even the people from York and everybody. There was no one sitting in the gym, and those kids were ecstatic. They got to go back, and I really applaud Mr. Melton for allowing us to come to LA, and they got to meet all the ball players and cheerleaders, and it was. I had so many parents to cry and say that they were so appreciative of that opportunity for their child. So it's a great program, and I would just love to see it continue to grow. And right now we have a Super Cubs candy shop right now at A.H. Roberts. If you guys can come by and buy some candy from us, it's being run by the students of the Special Olympics team, and it's going into that pot to help pay for their medals and everything else. We are lacking in equipment right now for like volleyball equipment and different things. Our next competition is at Tennessee Tech on April the 12th, and we invite all of you to come down and watch us. It starts at 9:30. It's called Spring Games at the Tech football field, and thank you for your support. And if you have any other, it's April the 12th.
Miss Angela, don't forget to tell them about volleyball.
Oh yes, we played volleyball last week, and we did actually get to play against an elementary school in Sparta, and we won, even with no equipment, guys. I was so proud of my little guys. They got out there, and you can see in those pictures, they got out there, and and we have tons of parents coming and watching them. I don't think any of the rest of the school had as big a parent crowd as we did. But it was an awesome experience, and I think I've told Jennifer several times, and maybe some of you guys, that out of my career in teaching, this opportunity that I've been given to coach this team and teach these kids was the best thing that I've ever done. So.
And I can attest that she's done a fabulous job with them.
Yeah.
The kids just all support each other.
stand up and really push each other to achieve, and that's the goal. That's what we're here for. So it's been she and we actually had a former Olympian, Miss Rebecca Stover,
Yes.
came over and helped with the kids and told them what to expect, and it has been just a really big deal, just among the whole school.
And our school, I mean, the kids in our school, we had fourth graders to work that's on the LMS ball team to work with our basketball before the basketball game, and they work with them during their PE time, so it's not taken away from anything academics. They work with them during their PE time, and they, like all the kids, they stood out when we come back in and had won the basketball tournament. They were all out in the hallways cheering on our kids, and they are always asking them. So it's like it's brought the whole school together to support this little team. It's awesome. I'd love to see us have like maybe some basketball goals at AH and stuff like that for us to be able to practice more. So
Well, at this point also, we think that LMS is gonna join us
yes,
and go into the spring game. So we're hoping that we can grow the program across the county and include the other schools. That everything starts with a seed. We planted the seed, now we wanna see our forest grow, so.
That's awesome.
Do you have any questions?
No, that was great the other night. Them kids were so excited after on that floor, they just couldn't, jumping up and down, smiles on their face. They'll never forget it.
No.
They'll never forget it.
No, and sorry. And
Go ahead.
If you didn't go, but just to see that was well worth it, because I
That
was
was the
there
highlight.
too, and my daughters play basketball, and they came home, and all they could talk about was how those kids got to come to the locker room and spend time with
Yeah.
them before the game, and the SRO officer, he got on the, PA system and announced their names, just like it's a professional ball game, and greatest thing I've seen.
And we're gonna have, and I don't know what the date is, but we're gonna have them, they're gonna get their medals for volleyball. I don't know when we're gonna do it, the rewards day for pep rally. And I'm sure that Ms. Hollander can let you know when that's gonna occur.
Absolutely.
You guys wanna come and watch, and, Officer Tommy's gonna announce again. So we would love for you guys to come to the school and watch them receive their medals, because if you did not get to see it, it's a blessing. I mean, it is a true blessing to watch these little guys. They're amazing, so.
They stand 6 feet tall when they get their names
Yes.
called. They sure do.
That's awesome, yeah, please let us know when that is.
Absolutely.
We can make it, we'll definitely-
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much. Okay, with that, we're gonna bring this meeting to a close. I'd like to end with something awesome, and that was, this is awesome. So, I'll take a motion for it to adjourn. Motion by Mike Hay, seconded by Ricky Dodson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, and then we'll go right into the work session. Okay, first thing that we have on the work session is the Cattlemen's Association's here to talk to us, so I'd like to invite them up to say a few words.
We got one that's sort of Andrew. Well, we'd just like to, tell the board what some of the things that we do. Our main purpose is try to get more young people involved in agriculture. You know, without agriculture, growers would have no food on the shelves. And of course, each, graduation, we're probably we give away more money than just about any other organization in the county. We give away $2,000 a year in scholarships. And, we have a hard time giving them away to a deserving individual, because there's not hardly no kids going into agriculture. And we'd like to see that grow. Now, how it goes about doing that, I don't have the answer for that. But that's one of the main, purposes of us being here.
I'd like to let you guys know, Cattlemen's Association are cow-calf producers. And there's not, from here in Livingston, you can drive down any road and you'll find one of us, out on those roads. Some of us have better facilities than others, of course. But there is a opportunity for, a high school, junior high level, or even, lower if they so choose, to call any of us guys, and we'll set you up a date if you wanna come out to the farm and, use their facilities to show, the students, what, we do just about or twice a year anyway, for sure. Vaccination purposes, we have 3 vets in this county that are just super great. They all graduated from Liberty Academy. The vet could be there, one vet could be there on a particular day, to show, the students what our vaccination programs, cow, calf, health herd, if they so desire. And I'll mention some names that I've already talked to the guys, and they wouldn't care a bit. It just has to be set up through, Jason Gary is our 4-H agent here in Overton County. Go through him. This is Huey Oakley, in case y'all didn't know. I think y'all know me. But anyway, you go to Monroe, you got the Robbins Farms, you got McDonald Farms in that direction. You go down here 1.5 miles from the Hope Farm out here. So it's not something that you'd have to drive. The kids or students would have to drive a long way, purpose like that. But we're here to let you know that the Cattlemen's Association has that, has those people available if you so desire. If they want to utilize any of our facilities. Some of our facilities are just outstanding. Roger McDonald's got a barn that's just super. Anybody in the world would like to have a barn that he's got up there and his facilities to work out. James and Ralph has got a super barn also. But there's other folks too. But we're here available if you guys, if they want to be utilized through the Cattlemen's Association, that would be great. Even Hope Farms does bull testing, and they also do AI. He does AI, him and Kent Brown. They do AI work. Richard Brown, those 3 do AI works, have a bull sale in the 1st of January. Of course, the bull sale's already passed, but they take in bulls and feed those bulls, and then they marketed those bulls in January. But and like Huey said, we'd love to promote our agriculture, because that's all there is in Overton County at this point in time. As y'all well know, tobacco went away, everything else has gone away, and so all the agriculture, most of it's being done is the cow-calf producer, or not many people are using stocker cows now, or stocker head, but here in this county they're not. But anyway, it's a great opportunity, and there's so many jobs available in agriculture out there that our kids may not know about it. And you don't have to live on a farm to major in agriculture. You just have to have a little love for it, okay? But as Huey said, we give out 2 scholarships to any state university here in Tennessee, $1,000 each, and we give out 2 scholarships to the
Not since they started,
okay.
the Tennessee Promise, we don't do that no more.
Okay. So anyway, so those are the 2 opportunities for the seniors, and they do need to major in agriculture, because that's one of our priorities. I mean, that's why we give them out for. Last year we got 22 applications, and some of them was not in agriculture, and you know, it's kind of hard. That's what we promote. So it's available out there. Let you guys know about it. Anybody, if they want to utilize it, that could be more than happy to be partnership in that. It's just a matter of setting it up. And usually, our producers we vaccinate in the fall, we vaccinate in the spring. If you call David Holt, he can give out a date, and the kids can come by and take a look at that, see what's going on. He has great facilities. You can get a bed out there real easily. But we do have those available for him, and that's what we came over to talk to him about. Okay?
I'd like to add one other thing, the average age of a farmer in Tennessee is about 58-year-old. Of course, Larry's sitting there, he's a farmer, and I know how old he is, but I'm not gonna tell y'all.
He's only 30.
His mother read her Bible at church one day, and I got there before she did, and I looked at it and saw his age. And I mean, if we don't get some young kids involved, you know, the hogs just run away, they're all corporate farms, the chickens is corporate farms. And, you know, paper says, oh, the cattle can't go that way. Well, I hope they don't, but who knows? Ricky, he's got a lot of cattle, and, so that's what we're trying to do.
We have two young guys in our association right now, just on, young guys. Rob Oakley's one, Caleb Johnson's the other, okay? They're just, and the rest of us are, like Huey says, you know, we're above 60. We're just trying to get some guys, and get the high school students interested, and if they want to utilize our facilities, it would be great.
I got a quick question for you, Terry. I've spoken with the guys at the high school, our ag teachers, and this is something they'd like to participate in. Do they need to go through the association, do they need to go through Jason Garrett? How do they need to set that up? Because they don't have the facilities, we know.
Either way, it would be fine. Jason can set it up for them, or we can, or they can, or the individual. If they would like to call David, Hope, or any of us, they can call Huey, he can set it up for them also, or they can, I can too. It's just a matter of, you know, what do you want to see today? You know, you want to see them, you want to see castration going on, you want to see shots going on, you want to see bull testing going on, and they can set it up, and they can have that available for them if they so desire. But it's either, if you want to go to through the individual, that would be fine too. Either way, but it can happen, and all these guys have great facilities, relatively safe, you know, and ain't like you're gonna go out there and you're gonna have, sometimes, you know how cows are, they get a little ill on them. But most of them are really docile animals that we work with, and the facilities are there so that the kids would be safe at these producers' facilities, okay? But it'd be up to whoever they wanna go through, that'd be fine, individual or Huey's our president, and or they could go through Jason Garrett through the 4-H and let him set it up also.
That sounds perfect.
I talked to Mr. Melton a little bit about this, and they are sending at the end of the month a formative thing to the STEM conference. And like Darwin said, I think our ag guys have been instrumental in the STEM process from the get-go. That thing will be going down. I mentioned it to Mr. Melton, and he gave me a little quote. You know, it's not often that you have community partners come to you and want to partner with you in a process like the STEM certification. But Mr. Melton said Livingston Academy is excited to begin a new chapter in our partnership with the Cattlemen's Association, and we're looking forward to the inevitable benefit for our students. So we thank you. This is just perfect for the STEM process.
Mr. Melton, excuse me, I have a question. You said that, young people, men and women, I guess, girls and boys, would need to be majoring in ag.
Oh, yes.
But what about bringing in veterinary science or kids that are interested in veterinary? kinds of activity? Cause you mentioned several
That
things
applies.
there. Okay.
That applies.
That applies. Yep. If you, I'm not a computer person, but I know, I got enough, common sense to know that, if our students would just look on get on the computer and look for jobs through the USDA, they would find, and it may not be in Overton County, you're not gonna be probably living in Overton County and find one of these jobs. You're gonna have to move, you might even have to move out of state, but there's jobs, so many jobs available through the agricultural, and like I told you, it's not like you have to go out and say, well, he has to have 40 cows, that's not true. You know, we've got people that's in our association that may have only 10 head, okay? So it's not, there's no limit on the number of cows, but you may not even have a cow. But they can be, if they get themselves interested and go through some of these programs, and right now, we're having a master beef program through the 4-H, not 4-H, through Jason Garrett's extension service, and, there's probably, 60 guys taking it right now, including me. Okay, but you have to, when you go through this program, it's every 3 years. You have to be renewed every 3 years. So there's 60 of us out there right now that's taking the program. All of them is cow-calf producers, okay? There's so many jobs available. If you just get on the website and just take a look at them, they're there. And if we can promote that as much as we can, you know, that's what we're here for.
Thank you all very much for coming, we definitely appreciate it. We wanna build that partnership with you all and get as many people interested as we can.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
And first Friday in May, stop by and buy you a steak sandwich. That's when we run these scholarships. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next thing is our digital classes. Let's turn that over to Mike Gilpatrick, chairman of the curriculum committee.
Well, we've had the opportunity to join with Putnam County on some of their digital class possibilities. And one thing that they recommended that we maybe start with was personal finance, as that was a course that every freshman had to take. We could do that at the 7th or 8th grade level. The only problem with partnering with Putnam County, they've been very willing to partner with us, is that there's Putnam County, and we don't have to do everything Putnam County does, or like Putnam County does, but they did charge, I think, $75 per semester per course, simply to put an initiative there that the student take that seriously and, you know, wanna complete it and carry on with that work. So that's sort of where we are. We just sort of need to think about that, maybe wait on it as we look at next year's budget. How's that?
I have a question. You said if we purchased it, or if that was a consideration, $12,000 per course?
Yes, that would,
So is that?
on an average.
All right, so
Yeah.
an average, ballpark figure.
Ballpark
So is
figure.
that one course for 1 year, or is it course forever, and is there an unlimited number of students who can take that course in that $12,000 parameter?
As I understood it, it was $12,000 and you would own the course.
Yes.
So you can run as many
Yeah.
through from here to.
Yeah,
There are
and as many
16
students as
courses.
you want, or as want to take it and enroll in it that year.
And if there's any upgrades or something, there may be
Yes,
additional charges.
unless there's an upgrade.
There's one upgrade fee for all of them, correct?
Pardon?
If you had all 16 courses, and I forget how much the upgrade was, but that one fee covered all of them, correct?
Yes.
It wasn't just, I'm trying to remember how much it was.
So like you start off with one course or you could go with multiple
But
courses.
they said it was $1,000 to upgrade, just, if you had 10 courses, it's $1,000, if you had 5, it's $1,000, then they upgrade.
And these courses are outside of our curriculum, our ordinary, our curriculum that we run every day at high school? Are these courses that are inside the curriculum? Are these extension courses? Are they
They vary.
elective courses?
They vary within the curriculum that we have, and it can be taken early so that they can go on and do dual credit or,
So, yeah, so like the personal finance he was talking about, so if they took it in junior high, then when they got to high school, that would open that up for them to do another dual enrollment or something.
Okay.
And if they're gonna do if we do set the parameter like $75, not only does that give them the initiative to complete it, but it would help offset the cost of some of that too.
yes, it would. That was one
And I think it's
consideration.
something that we would look at, planning on at least starting 1 or 2 next year at least.
And perhaps a good first step would be to, do a survey, of the parents at the junior high level to see how many might be interested. Putnam County requires it. I don't know that we want to go that far and say you have to pay $75 and seventh grade credit back. But, you know, that's something that we really need to weed through the details and those kinds of things. Also at the high school level, you know, how many would be interested in taking extra online courses? See what courses are, maybe overcrowded, or what courses that a student can't get in their schedule, in a timely fashion, so that we offset that scheduling predicament that we know we have.
Well, one thing we're gonna have to look into, before we get too far into this, is this does put children ahead. But when you get a junior and senior in high school, if you're taking dual credit courses, you may have to fill spots in your classes that either you cannot take through this online, or you cannot take through dual credit. So if a child takes dual credit courses at Volunteer State, and we'll use English for an example, and they tested out of their English. Well, you still have to have 4 years of English to graduate high school, even though you get college credits for it because you made high enough on your ACT. So you're gonna have to have classes at the high school to fill those spots. So I don't know if we need to get with, Ms. Eldridge, with her being on that curriculum, or, what I'm saying is someone can get too far advanced and still be penalized in the long run for doing that. They may have to take a personal finance at the high school instead of taking it online, just so they can fill a spot at the high school. And you don't know what that is until it's too late. And I don't know how you work that out, because
You also have the possibility with that of graduating in 3 years rather than 4.
correct.
And of course, that's a loss to the ATM.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would think if they're that far ahead, that would just open it up for them, because you gotta have 3 focus areas in a POS. So I would think that would open it up for them to go take 3 additional classes and get another POS on top of what they're already
Right.
getting anyway.
Right, it's a good thing, it's just, we need to make sure we work out all those bugs real quick. And,
Well, it's Dr.
a lot of
Sadler can
details
attest
to be
to
looked at.
maturity level.
And I think that's why you wanna take a very, slow and, approach to.
Aid into it.
Begin in that, you don't wanna, I would be very leery of offering 16 classes next
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
All at once, I just don't think that would be the appropriate way to do that. So we need to really be cautious in how we approach that.
No, you're correct on that, absolutely. I think it's something that we would want to look at and sort of build gradually upon, you know, if we want to get into this. But the most important thing, I think, to look at here is giving our students an opportunity to go out into the world and be it a technical path through college of applied technology or university path or whatever. We're giving them more opportunity. A lot of kids just want to get out and go to work. I mean, we can't deny that. And so we just give them, you know, we're here to educate kids and give kids opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise have. I think it's something valuable to look at for our students.
Thank you very much for bringing that up, us and us talking about it. The next thing that we're gonna go into is I've got something there, I believe we have someone to talk to us about the chess club. Let him come up and talk to us about that real quick.
All right, guys, thank you for letting me attend at short notice. I've got a proposal here for each of you. I apologize for the font beforehand, I know it's small, but I kept it on 2 pages, so. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Ralph Mearsick. I work for the sheriff, one of the SROs. I'm currently at Hillham, also do investigations for him as well. That's kind of my forte, but currently I'm out at Hillham. I'm gonna read this just as we go. This is just gonna keep me on topic, so I'm not out here all night. We began teaching some of the upper grades, 5th through 8th, the game of chess late in 2017 during after school at Hillham and Allen. The program was later extended to Wilson, Rickman, and Livingston middle schools. The children we're teaching now in all the middle schools have expressed interest in continuing to play into high school, and the program has also been extended to Livingston Academy. This is all in after school. The coaching staff consists of all the SROs at the county schools, and then we've got Ms. Niven at Livingston Middle and Mr. Street at Livingston Academy. This program has been well received by the students in the program and staff at the schools. We have a very wide range of kids playing. Some of these kids are playing other sports, some who have no other outside school activity. We currently have about 112, and that's plus or minus, students playing chess countywide in the after-school program. The game of chess has been proven to help students academically with concentration and focus, critical thinking, sharpening their memory, reading skills, problem solving, creativity, logical and analytical thinking, decision making, and mathematics. The students are also learning some valuable social skills while playing chess, sportsmanship, interpersonal skills, patience, consequences of actions, and reducing impulsiveness. Our students have so far been able to participate in one county-wide chess tournament last year, with another statewide regional tournament coming to Livingston Academy March 2nd this year. Many more tournaments are available statewide that we can participate in. Chess is an inexpensive sport, can be played year-round, no restrictions due to weather, age, or physical ability. Anyone can play. We've had such a large interest among the students, we now have included the 1st through 3rd grades at several of the schools. We've got Hillham and Allens both playing 1st through 3rd. We've also been able to utilize some of the older kids as mentors for the younger children, teaching them how the game is played. This aspect of teaching has helped the older children learn more about the game as they instruct, and has given them special recognition as mentors. As this program develops and grows here in Overton County, the kids need additional challenges so they will continue to improve and gain new skills. We're in the process of setting up county-wide weekly school chess matches so the students will have new opponents to play, both sharpening their skills and giving them the opportunity to play competitively. The chess program so far has been completely funded through the after-school program, but as this program grows, the need to raise funds for things like tournament fees, chess equipment, which is t-shirts, boards, blocks, and state and federal chess association dues will need to be addressed. We will need to put in place a way to manage these program funds to allow this program to continue to grow. We're currently looking at obtaining some corporate sponsors. We actually have got one, our very first one we got this morning, and or private donations to assist in funding this program. This program has so many positive aspects that will continue to benefit for the children and for those to follow if we continue to allow it to grow and manage it properly. So it's my proposal that we include this chess club in the recognized clubs for Overton County schools so we can continue to develop and grow this program. These skills these kids are learning in this chess program, we're going to follow them the rest of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen some of the children in this program start that didn't know anything about chess. When we first opened this up at Hillham, I said, Miss Roddy, can we play chess with these kids? Sure. And we tried it, and these kids started with nothing, and it's grown into where we're at today. We've got a lot of kids. If I said we're going to start chess after school, 1st through 3rd at every one of these schools, I'd have 20 kids more at each school. That's how much these kids love it. And they are really doing well at it. They pay attention, they're focused, we work on sportsmanship and quiet, and these kids come out and watch sometime. If you're near the school, if you need a schedule when we're playing, if you hit any school on any given day, one of us has probably got the kids out there playing chess. The sheriff is a big fan of this. He plays chess. When I ran it by him, he was positive, for this program, and he's allowed us to do it as SROs. So that's kind of where we're at. We know this program's going to grow. I know how to play chess. I just don't know, once we start raising funds, that's outside of my ballpark, and I don't want to be involved in that aspect. I just know that as we do this, and we go to these meets, this particular meet we've got in March, the entry fees are, it's $50 for the championship teams, and we're each of the schools is sending one team for the championship team, and then we can send a B division, which is a $30 entry fee. The individual matches, they range in price. They're typically $15 to $20 per student. But it's a fabulous learning opportunity for these kids. Seeing kids that are ADHD, or I guess ADHD, that are just all over the place. You watch these kids play chess and you think it's a different job. So I hope the program continues. I won't be here forever. Whoever takes us over, I want there to be something in place where we can continue this. That's kind of what I got. Y'all have any questions? I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys.
How much money are you talking about?
For
Getting these tournaments and individual players?
Well, they'll vary, for this particular one, like I said, we got a corporate sponsor, the, lettuce plant gave us some money, and they've got a proper name, I don't, really, we'll call it that. So, and we haven't even scratched the surface yet as far as, talking to corporate sponsors. As far as how much, we're looking at $50, I think it's just shy of $500 to send the kids this go around, and we've got that covered. So, is that our final number, I think? Okay. The kids will want to do fundraisers, I'm sure, as do any sport, and this will be a sport. I mean, this is a sport, it's team play. It is it's not like basketball or football or baseball, but it is a team sport. And these kids play as a team, so.
I would like to invite you to Rotary and explain to them the club, they would love it. And we like to give money, don't say that to Connie, I mean, you're looking at me. I did not say that.
Too late.
You
tell me.
We not support a lot of things for the school system.
You tell me when and I'll be there.
I sure will, we'll get together, come in, I'll look that.
I'll tell you what, and I cannot sing Betty Dale's praises enough. She is fabulous.
Well, she's a member of Rotary.
And she has helped us. Without her, we wouldn't have this program, because she's got us the chess sets that we needed. You know, when we first started, we had the little plastic sets that you buy at Walmart, and the kids were playing with those, and she bought the regulation sets for us so we could get ready for these tournaments. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got kids in this county that just started playing chess this year, and they're already ready for these state tournaments. They're smart kids that just pick this game up, and they are scary good. It's amazing to watch these kids. If you guys are near a school, please come by and watch them. They are fabulous, fabulous chess players.
Amazing to hear, and I think every one of us want to see this program grow, because we definitely need what's best for the kids.
If you guys wanna recognize it as a club, we could do it as an allocation, $1,000 like we do fishing team, football team, and everything like that, if you choose to do that to help them.
Did you hear that dollar amount?
I did.
I mean, I don't know, of course, as you said, it depends how it expands and how it grows. But that's what they're all allotted. I think we should put this on next month's agenda for considering approval. I know that doesn't help you now, but.
It doesn't, and we're covered now, and this is something, the reason I'm here today is, as this has expanded to where we are, and we know we've got this state tournament we're going to, as soon as these kids go to this state tournament, the fire is gonna be fueled even higher on these kids. They're going to, even if they walk away without winning, they are going to be re-motivated to play chess. I promise you, they're gonna walk away ready to. That's how much they love this program. I've got kids, the 1st through 3rd graders, they ask me every day, Officer Ralph, is today chess day? Is today chess day? No, it's Thursday. When's Thursday? And it's a daily thing. And we've only started with 2 schools. I don't really have the help, so if any of you guys play chess, come see me, and we need some extra coaches and help. The new SRO we got, one of the interview questions was, do you play chess? That's how important this program is to the sheriff.
Well, we'll definitely next month get that on the agenda, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming and presenting to us. We
You're welcome.
appreciate that.
All right.
Okay, next we're gonna move into school board retreat.
Well, that was mentioned to me earlier, I guess a couple of weeks ago. And I know we've done that in the past, and I guess we wanna find out what your all's wishes are, if you wish to have one. I think Dr. Sadler's talked to some people about the location possibly.
I mentioned the park, rent that, or we probably wouldn't have to rent it out on that Creek Lodge, we can drive there, don't have to go anywhere. When Mr. Dow was superintendent of schools, we used it for a couple of training sessions, and easy.
If you all are interested in doing that.
And I think that a school board retreat would be a good thing for us to all just get together and talk about everything that's affecting the kids and go from there. We talk about the digital classes and all of that and see what's there, so.
I think can Dr. Connie maybe come back up too and update us on
Check.
some
Yeah.
5-year plan and stuff.
Now, I know we can maybe even roll this in if y'all wanted to do school board retreat, depending on if the TSBA could fit it into their schedule. I know one time we could roll it in, and as long as everybody was here for the 2 days, they would come up and do a special meeting, and that would cover our meeting for the year. And we wouldn't have to leave that, as long as we had one weekend where everybody could come up and be together, then they could do the entire meeting.
Do it in July, that will cover next year's meetings.
Well, we may not be good at park in July, but we'll talk about that. You know, but we can probably-
Good idea.
I'm just saying, I'm ready to go for this
We
year.
might be able to. Maybe there's some of the businesses or something that might be able to
Accommodate us.
Yeah.
At any rate, locally, something.
That way we're not having to drive anywhere, it's not costing us a lot of money or anything, so.
So
But
it's
you
just,
can't get the Coke Association of Vegas.
Well,
Good enough.
possibility too.
Play chess, I can learn how to play chess.
He is not gonna live long enough.
okay, that's just something to get on everybody's mind, and so we can be thinking about that and maybe iron something out in the upcoming weeks and see what we can do. The next thing we got is the policy update, and I'm gonna turn that over to Dr. Diane Sackler and let her give us an update.
Well, I've done some work, a little bit of work, and talked to Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Dahl about some things. Now, what you're holding, for example, you've got the background investigations, and, we didn't put that on the agenda, but this is how this goes, because this is gonna be more pertinent, because we've got to, the people who are working in our school system have to have background checks every 5 years now. So how are we gonna do that? That will be a consideration, how to make that happen. I know how I think it should work, like we would have a staggered, like it would be kinda like on a spreadsheet, you would have their hire dates, and then you would see when those, but we need a program to do that. I don't know if we've got programs that can isolate groups and pull out information, I don't know. So, somebody can work on that, certainly besides me. At any rate, trying to bring our policies in line with what we do and what Tennessee Codes Annotated says that we have to do. For example, on this background investigation, if you look underneath, it may not be marked in yours, it's underneath applicants and employees, in that last sentence, number 12, line number 12. It says the board shall reimburse the applicant if the position is offered and accepted. The law says the board may reimburse. Well, we don't do either one. We do not reimburse them, we say we shall. The law says we may, so we need to have that aligned in some sort of way. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we say we're gonna do it, we should do it. You wanna say may, that's fine with me, that's what the law says. But for example, things like that, and we attach the law. Now, the 5-year thing, I know what I believe should happen, in terms of my suggestion would be that during the 5 years, that we pay for that. Since, they're required to do it, and I don't think that would be out of line. If it's staggered, I don't think the cost would be prohibitive. But at any rate, that's for a budget committee or somebody else to look at.
Can I just?
Sure, I mean, I'm just,
mention,
I'm just.
Last week, when I was at the TOS legislative session, that's one of the things they discussed, was background checks. There's not, any, explanation or identification who's gonna fund that. So I think that's one of the things that they have even, at least discussed
On the
addressing
5-year
in the legislative session this time. Now, whether they will or not, who knows, but I think that's gonna come up for discussion. So maybe they'll give us a little better guidance on that
More
going forward.
Well, this will be, to me, this is, you'll have to have this, certainly address this and work out. Now, somebody asked me early on, I don't know who it was, if I would be chairman of the policy committee. Was that you, Mr. Abston? It was. And being very new to the board, I said yes. Well, this is daunting, to say the least. So what I've been doing, it's taken me a couple of days to do this, to its free. There are 284 policies in this book, give or take a few. If we divided that up, let's say we took section at a time, like for example, if we divided up the first section, school board operations, each of us take 5 of the policies, look at that. If you've got any additions, if you've got any concerns, bring that back. We do that with each section. The most we'd ever have to have is 7 each, with 284 policies. But little things like this, bringing what we're doing in line with what our policy says, or what Tennessee Code's annotated said, we need to look at that, and then you all know this better than I do, how they're divided up by months when we should review them. And it's kind of neat that it goes along, most of the beginning should be reviewed in September, then go on into the next section is October, etc. We're up to January now, and February, we're up to February. Well, number 5, I have to keep looking at this over and over, personnel. So obviously in February and March, we should be looking at who's gonna be here, who isn't gonna be here in the system, etc. That kind of thing. So, personnel, students have the most, as you would expect. So that's my suggestion, maybe at the retreat, if we pull that off, that we divvy up some stuff and bring it back and look at it, because I can tell you what, the 3 of us going through this probably ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, and I think divvying up's a great idea, because we actually, a few years ago, had an all-day Saturday deal over here and planned on going through that. And I think we spent about 9 hours and got through the first section.
Yeah, you can.
And there's no way to
I
go
don't think
back
so.
with all the debate and back and forth. But I think giving each board member so many to go through and cross-reference and check that, I think that's a great idea.
Being the previous chairman of that committee, I know exactly what.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
But no, I agree with you 100% on that. If we find a divvy it up, and
Okay.
that sounds good.
Well, Dr. Winningham, you can suggest to me on how to do that, or what you see, how that happens.
We'll work together to do that.
While we're speaking policy real quick, whoever came up with a response, for our, school at the high school policy for that.
I actually talked to Ms. Cable shortly after we talked last month. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. And the reason for that is because what he told me, the intent of that legislation was to not hold the student responsible for something the parents were responsible for. And so there's not a whole lot we can do about that. There are, you can turn it over to collection agency, but you have to have that in your policy.
I believe we have that in our policy.
Yeah, I think so. We just never chose to do that in the past. You can offer a alternate meal to those students if you choose to do so, but most people don't want to do that, I don't think. So those are about the only options that you truly have. You're very limited in what you can do.
So was that are we gonna have to start setting aside extra money each year to pay for that expense that's not covered?
Usually the cafeteria doesn't run a debt. I don't think that's happened
As
since.
an overall, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
gotcha.
Since that 1 year we had everybody in the school system ate free. we're usually in the black in food service.
Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Johnson Controls update, and I'm gonna turn that over to Mike Hayes.
I think, Ms. Hollander already spoke to it earlier, but, if, you know, you've been to any of the schools and saw the work they've done, I think so far, I've not had any complaints. I don't know if Dr. Winningham or the principals have, but I think everything's going smooth, and, if you hadn't had a chance to go to school, stop and look at all the lighting. It's really amazing at what that does. So, that's the quick update on that, unless you have something else.
Well, we're not too far from, starting the water conservation part of that. It's just a few weeks away. And also, I think they've been going around to, I know they were here one day, and at some of the schools going around finding where all of the heating and air controls are. And so that's not too far from changing the controls out.
So, and, I'm gonna kinda put the building committee and this one together, but, Ryan had actually sent Dr. Winningham and myself an email today about getting with us later on and looking at all the, rooftop units and AC units throughout the school system, maybe coming up with a plan on that. I know as a building committee, we kinda assigned that to John Cheney, our architect, also, to look at, because it was really astonishing when I started looking through all the schools that, we've got, I think, 279 total units, AC units and heat units across the school system, and about 240 of them were replaced in the last building program in 2001. So that's 18 years old of 240 out of 280. So if anything starts happening to those, then it's going to be pretty costly. But we've got architect looking at that and trying to give us some ideas on that also. Then we're going to meet with Ryan with Johnson Control also to kind of see, you know, what kind of plans they've got to upgrade some of those also. So we'll have it covered either way. Then the building committee, everybody got this in their packet. Just the revised list that the last meeting we had, we went through school by school, and what we did is we updated everything. I left one thing off on Wilson, and it's the tile and the lunchroom tables in the cafeteria, and I'll have Crystal to add that to Wilson. But you can go through and look at this, and what we did is we basically gave John, the architect, a list of items for him to come back to us. He said he'd be back mid-March. So hopefully he can give us some dollar amounts on what these things are gonna cost. Then the board can sit down and kind of, you know, roughly guess at some of the other things that the board's assigned to. Then we get a total dollar amount together and kind of start strategizing and coming up with some kind of plan on this building program. So if anybody has any questions, then get with me. But I'll have Crystal update that one thing I forgot. So
What was that?
I'll get with you afterwards.
I have one thing with the buildings. I asked Dr. Winningham to check with the management at Overton, as we are changing over to LEDs within our school. We're on energy saving kit too. Check into our parking lot lighting. As far as I know, AH across the road is on one. We actually own all the lights.
Yeah,
For
most
the
of them
parking
don't
lot.
own all the lights.
Correct. And there was, Dr. Winningham was given a dollar amount, for the high school. I think it was around $80 a year difference in what we're paying now. I don't know if that's.
I think that would be beneficial to us. Now, I know when you look at as Ms. Allen was saying, if you go in the in the front door of right now, you look down the hallway to the right, it's really bright down through there. You look down the hallway to the left, half the lights are done and half of the lights are not. That lower end down there looks like you're walking into a cave.
It really
compared to the
does.
upper end.
Although I have to put in there that they're over there tonight, it won't look like that tonight.
I know, I saw.
They come in at 5 o'clock in the evening, and they work until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we can't tell they've been there. It's just, it's amazing. The only way we can tell is that it's better. It's brighter.
It's definitely brighter. And so I think if we get that same result in parking lots, I think we would all be very, very pleased. I know if you go to the high school parking lot and you're walking out there, and I know we have a lot of people walk around the parking lot, around the school and things like that, it's really dark.
And I don't know if that's something that has to be approved by the board, because we're already under contract with a maintenance agreement for those lighting. I think it's something Dr. Winningham can handle, just the paperwork part of it.
Yeah, and if nobody has any objection with it, I think he can just handle it and go on, because $86 a year, even if it costs that at every school, the LED savings would pay for that stuff.
Correct. The only difference is, Wilson, Upper Cumberland doesn't supply energy to Wilson Elementary volunteer. So I don't know the situation with the lighting up there, whether that's volunteers, whether that's ours.
So that'll change everything LED except Wilson and AH.
AH should get changed by Johnson Control, because we own, the county owns those.
And they actually told me that they were gonna start working on some of the outside lights tonight.
Yes.
As I walked out, there was a fella up on a ladder working on one. I looked at him and said, y'all are everywhere. It's like a bunch of ants in the building, they're
You
just
can
everywhere.
really tell the difference at the high school on those lights on the outside, on the building.
Well, even the inner circle there, the employee parking lot,
Yes.
as opposed to the student body parking lot, I mean, it's
It's a huge difference.
Okay. Anything else, Mike, on that?
No, that's it.
Okay, we're going to move into the discussion of the salary/hourly employees.
Okay. Yeah, I was asked to research that a little bit and see what we could do as far as, possibly taking some of our hourly employees and putting them on salary. And the response I got was, well, you can put everybody on salary. Okay? However, it doesn't prevent you from having to pay, overtime or comp time to those employees. And, so in order to move somebody from a position where you are required by the federal law to pay overtime or comp time, there's 3 things you have to meet. The first one, just about everybody